Sure. Whatever. I wouldn't agree with that.
So,
Thank you very much.
Hello.
hello.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't videotape me while I was presenting. You're welcome to sit here for the presentation, but we really don't want people videotaping.
I'm sorry.
Are you here representing somebody?
Myself,
What's your name?
Robert Harris. You and I
So-
have spoken before.
Yeah. I would appreciate it if you didn't videotape it because we're doing this presentation in numerous groups and not everyone has seen it, and we will be putting the presentation up on the website when we're done. Because what happens when you videotape it and you start sending it out, I end up with people calling me, asking me questions.
Is it
before
against the law for me to videotape it?
No, it isn't. I just ask that you don't. You
Well-
can take pictures, but no, it is not against the law.
Then I will videotape it.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry?
I was talking to my staff assistant.
That's right. That's why so many problems in terms of this. One people put it up, so it's just chaos.
Well, folks, we're going to go ahead and get started. It's a little after 10, so most people like to start on time and get out of here on time. We're planning on about an hour presentation, and I ask that you hold your questions until the end. Please turn off your cell phones, and if you want to have discussion amongst each other, please take it outside of the room because it is very distracting to people sitting beside you, and it's hard to hear it, it's hard for me to hear, and hard for people to concentrate. I would like to introduce one person in the back of the room. Paula Maxwell is here from Ray Carroll's staff. She's back in the corner. Thank you for coming, Paula.
Good morning.
And I appreciate all of you taking time out of your schedule on a Saturday morning to come here. We are presenting here in District 1. This is District 1. I think most of you are probably familiar with it. This is the Pinal County line, and this is I-10. So we have 3 precincts over in Marana, and River Road runs along here, and this is roughly Houghton Road. It jags in and out, but it's roughly Houghton Road. So it's a large area. All of the districts have about the same population, which last I checked were about 196,000. We're under 1 million. I think we're about at 980,000 population in Pima County now. Okay. Okay, one of the things I ran on was transparency in local government. The first budget study session ever in 20 years was held in Pima County. We have a $1.3 billion budget. They had never had study sessions before. And I put a agenda item on and I was voted down. And we held the study session anyway, and Mr. Huckleberry and his staff came into the room, answered our questions for 3 hours. And we learned an incredible amount of information from that, and I believe the other supervisors sent their staff members, and I think they also learned. But I wish that we could get all 5 supervisors to do a study session. When you're spending $1.3 billion, I think it's very important that we have discussions about where that money's going and why that money is going to these various places. This is my website. And you may have read in the Arizona Daily Star that I did purchase a website of my own. And the reason that I did that is because we kept having videos disappear, items on our website disappear, and actually over 1 weekend my whole website was destroyed. We had a beautiful website and it was just completely destroyed. So rather than have my staff spend hours and hours repairing the website every week, we spent $1,100 and bought our own web domain, so we don't have any issues with our website anymore. The things stay up there and people can go in and view them. So do note that this is the website you need to go to, AllieMillerDistrict1.com, for the information. The other website just has basic Pima County information on it. I also have a radio show, Miller Time. Some of you may have heard it. It's at 5 to 6 p.m. on Wednesday evenings, and we have it every week. It's a 1-hour show. It started out 10 minutes, and it's gotten so popular that they upped it to an hour, and we're thrilled with the response that we've been getting from it. And we're also going to be having a blog on Journal Broadcasting's website. That will be going up, and that'll be where my op-eds are posted, because I have a difficult time. The Explorer is allowing me to do a column once a month, but in the print media, it's very difficult for me to get items into the paper. So we're going to be doing it there at Journal Broadcasting, and then also the Explorer, I can do a 500-word column once a month. So that's good that we've got that going on. And the Miller Time is Wednesdays. Like I said, it's on 104.1 The Truth, and I hope you can listen in. It's a real fun program. And for this year, you may have been reading in the paper that the county administrator is recommending that another $5 million be allocated from the general fund for pavement preservation, and this is going to require an additional tax increase of 7 cents per $100 of assessed value. And this is an additional tax for the same $5 million of road repair that we got this year. And this $5 million of road repair, it was split up among the 5 districts. You may have heard that my money was taken away, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes. Other general fund revenues, these are the revenues that we get back in Pima County in addition to property tax. Okay, Pima County collects all the property tax. It isn't individual towns and cities. It is Pima County. And one of the things that people may not be aware of, we get a chunk of the state's share of sales tax. All the sales tax that's collected in Pima County, and in unincorporated Pima County, it's, I believe, 6.5%. Might be 7.1, I don't know, it's somewhere around there. I think it's 6.5. And as a result of that, it's allocated back via a formula that is fairly complex. But Pima County got back $93 million in fiscal year 13, and right now they're projecting that we're going to get $99 million in fiscal year 14. The interesting thing to me is the vehicle license tax. If you look at Maricopa County, they're going up $10 million. From fiscal year 13 to 14. That's because their economy is booming, people are buying cars, they're spending money. But if you look at Pima County, we're remaining flat. That's because our economy is flat, we're not getting new businesses coming in here, people aren't feeling like they can go out and buy new cars, and that's where that money comes from, is vehicle registration. So you can draw your own conclusions from that. This is an interesting chart, and you want to take a picture of this one, sir.
Thank you.
The population by county, Pima has about 980,000, Maricopa has 3.8 million, and Pinal has 375,000. In square miles of unincorporated county, you will see Pima has more square miles, not a huge amount more than Maricopa, and Pinal has about half of what Pima County has. Okay, this year, Pima County allocated $5 million for road repairs. That is less than 1/2% of the Pima County budget that is allocated to repair and maintain the roads. And as you may or may not know, in the last February 18th meeting with a 4-to-1 vote, the Board of Supervisors swept $872,000 of my $1 million in my District 1 road repair money for a District 4 project out on Colossal Cave Road. The reason given in the meeting was that Allie Miller allocated road monies for neighborhoods and developed subdivisions. okay, versus arterial roads, which are like main roads. And we did have money allocated to arterial roads, but we did have one subdivision, and we had some smaller roads that were just absolutely horrible condition. We had gone in and met with the Department of Transportation and the county administrator. We have a memo from him from November of 2013 approving those changes, saying everything was good. And then all of a sudden in this meeting, this money was swept away because a bunch of people came in from District 4, actually the Vale School District, and they said this is also paved road is falling apart, it's a danger to the children. And now it has turned into the latest press release from Sharon Bronson is that it is all about the children. Roads, 72% of the failed roads are in our district, and the rest of them only have 62% failed roads, and they took our road money. It's outrageous, and I think every single person in this room, I hope, contacts the Attorney General, contacts all the Board of Supervisors, and tell them how outraged you are about your money being stolen. Because that's what it is. It's out and out theft of our money. We paid huge amount of taxes, and our road money should not have been taken. This is an interesting one. You may have heard that Mr. Huckleberry and the Board of Supervisors wanted to, we had a vote, it was 4-1, I voted against it, to raise the gas tax 10 cents a gallon and use that gas tax to repair roads. Rosemont Copper, here's another one, whether you're for it or against it, that mine is going to happen. I happen to be for it because the copper mine is one of the 21st century technology. I've toured it 3 times. They have been trying for 9 years, and I think they've done 500 studies and to get this mine opened. And it is going to open, and according to an Arizona State University study, Rosemont Copper will have over 4,200 direct and indirect jobs per year with an average income of $59,000 per year. We could really use that in Pima County right now. It would bring more than $19 million annually in local tax revenue and $32 million statewide. And then, and if we don't start welcoming business to this community, I don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, every business that tries to come in, we run them off. Yes, sir.
I'd like to talk about Rosemont for a second.
Sure.
I came to your meeting because it's in District 4 and I'm a District 4 resident, so I have some questions as to whether or not you really are acquainted with what Rosemont's doing. They're patented mining claims. Do you know what they pay for taxes on a 20-acre parcel of patented mining claim?
Their taxes are very low out there, just like any industrial lands, like the acreage that's south of the airport. Yeah, it's very low right now, and they will not be there. That's the way it is, because there's nothing going on in that property.
Do you know
right
what
now.
the number is?
No, I don't off the top of my head.
It's approximately $6 for a 20-acre parcel.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's about what any developer's paying on the acreage that they have out there south of the airport, because there's nothing going on in that property. It's like the farmland they pay very little on, and that's not inconsistent with
Do you know that Rosemont has placed in excess of 16,000 acres under unpatented mining claims?
I don't know what their patented and unpatented mining claims are. No, I've been out there and toured the Rosemont copper mine.
Do you know the difference between a patented and an unpatented mining claim?
One of them is patented, one of them isn't. Yeah.
But what's the difference?
You explain to me. I don't know.
Patented mining claim, the federal government has given them absolute ownership rights to the land. That's approximately 900 acres.
Okay.
Rosemont claims that they want 3,500 acres of national forest land for auxiliary services such as piling the waste rock. But they've got 16,000 acres under unpatented mining claims, which they have said they're going to take control of that 16,000 acres.
Well, I know that they've gone through the environmental impact process, which I am no expert on, and I don't claim to be an expert on. The Forest Service, the air quality, actually they took air quality away from Pima County and put it at the state level because they said Pima County couldn't be objective. And also the water, it's all been reviewed by the Forest Service, the EPA, and I'm no expert. I'm not a scientist. I'll be the first one to say it.
Do you know that the air quality permit is still under review?
They are, and they have taken them out of the hands of Pima County because they said Pima County could not be objective on that.
There were 5 appeals against the
Oh, there's all
permit.
kinds of appeals, yes, and Pima County just filed an objection to the environmental impact statement, the preliminary one that was just approved.
No, the EPA?
And I think that you and I will probably agree to disagree on this.
Well, I'm trying to find out how much you know about Rosemont.
I've been out and toured the Rosemont copper mine 3 times, and I've viewed the different technologies that they're using. I am not a scientist, and I rely on the people that we employ at the federal government level or the Forest Service. We pay those people a salary for a reason. They're experts in their fields, and they're saying it's good. And the water people doing the water studies.
The EPA didn't say it was good. The EPA said it was the worst.
The Forest Service gave a preliminary approval, which Pima County is going against. And the one thing I will say is I am not a scientist. I rely on the scientists that we pay to do this research, and Pima County will continue fighting it.
You know Dr. Fisher in Green Valley?
I beg your pardon?
You know Dr. Fisher in Green Valley?
No, I don't know Dr. Fisher in Green Valley, but the one thing I will tell you is no one seems to have a problem with the mines in Green Valley. Those are all good. The dust blowing off there, those are all great. And what about those? Those use
People have problems
way
with them.
more water than the mine.
There's
Rosemont copper
uranium
mine will
plume
use.
that's leaving Green Valley heading for Tucson.
Okay, good. Yeah. You know, we're just going to have to agree to disagree because
know
I will
about
tell you I'm not a scientist, but I rely on the studies that are being done by the federal government, the people that we employ as experts. They're registered engineers. And until and unless they give those final approvals, the mine won't open. But once they give those final approvals, and I believe it will happen, then the mine will open. And it's up to the people doing the studies, the scientists that are the science behind it that will determine whether or not that mine opens. And I am absolutely 100% in favor of that mine opening because we need copper.
You know where the ownership of the mining claims is being held?
Oh, yes. Is it Canada? Is it a foreign country?
No, it's Colorado.
What about Asarco? Where are they out of?
I'm not talking about
Mexico.
Asarco.
Okay.
I'm talking about Rosemont.
Right, and I know you're against it, and we're going to have to agree to disagree on this because we could argue all day on this. So we can end the conversation here.
I've asked you for a meeting.
I do support the Rosemont copper, and I will continue to support Rosemont copper opening. We need jobs here, and we can't continue to be against virtually everything because we'll never succeed as a community. We're turning into Detroit very rapidly, and you can see it as Tucson is deteriorating. And if we continue to say no to everything, you have to mine copper where it is. And I bet you're one of those green technology people that love solar.
I am a conservative Republican.
Do you drive?
I have been one.
Do you drive?
I have been one for 45 years.
But do you drive solar cars? Do you drive
no, I do not.
Electric cars? Well, do you have a home with electricity in it?
You know, this is an argument that Rosemont has taught you. You don't need copper like that. The copper that's coming here is going to China.
No, it is not going to China.
Is.
It has to go over there to be smelted because we
It's going to Mexico to be smelted.
Would you approve a smelter being built in Arizona?
If it was built correctly, yes.
No, you wouldn't.
I used to work at a copper mine.
I hope and you're not going to approve a smelter. I think we're going to need to wrap up this because we're never going to agree on this. Yes.
Will you have a meeting with us?
I've had many meetings, and I think you're better off to meet with the Rosemont copper folks because they're much more able to answer your questions. They have scientists there to answer the questions. Have you toured the mine? Go down and do that.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I live within 3 miles of the mine.
All right. Thank you.
I go every week.